Okay, you guys, I am so excited to do this because enrolling teammates is one of my absolute favorite topics to talk about in this business, because I feel like it's this whole other, it's like there's two parts of this business, right? It's like using the products, loving the products, helping customers join for the products. And if you're anything like me that I was in the beginning, that was super easy for me. Like enrolling customers was just like a breeze. Like I could just get anybody to buy some product. But I had this whole blockage around enrolling distributors. And I enrolled a few. I enrolled about 25 distributors my entire first year of the business, which to some of you sounds like a lot, but that's not even your steps to success, you guys. So I went through my entire first year of the business and enrolled about 25 people. But during this period of time, I promoted to Emerald and then actually dropped back down to executive. There was many reasons for this, but the number one being that I had no clue how to be a leader. So we are going to talk about enrolling distributors and how to even get somebody on your team. But at the end, I am going to go over a little bit of how to support somebody once they join your team. And this is a journey that I am still on to this day. Obviously, I am Team Hooper's newest triple diamond, so I have somewhat figured out what I'm doing, but it's still a journey and it's still a process. And that's the best thing about this business and about leadership, is that you continue to grow and you continue to learn. So hopefully, even if you're on my team and you've heard me speak on leadership before, you will learn something new that you'll be able to turn around and take into your business as you're starting to enroll these distributors from all of these great tips that we're going to have. So the first thing first is, you guys, this opportunity is life-changing. And if you're not enrolling distributors, you might want to check your belief around this opportunity. Like first and foremost, like I wake up every single day feeling like I hit the freaking lottery, finding this business, it coming into my life, me being able to do the things that I have done because of this business. And so I genuinely believe in my core that this is the best opportunity in the planet. Like that's why I believe that I enroll distributors and I have people who come to me who are interested in the business, because my belief is like 12 out of 10 that our company and this opportunity and this compensation plan and this product line is the best thing that's ever happened to anybody ever. So first of all, you don't have to be on that level with me, but you should get yourself to like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 instead of being like, well, I just started, I'm not really sure. Like just get excited and get confident in when you're offering the opportunity, you're offering people something amazing. The girl who got me started is no longer doing this, but she still gave me this gift. The girl who got Jade Hooper started is no longer doing this, but she gave Jade Hooper, and by proxy, all of us, this gift. So you don't know who you're going to share it with, and you don't know how their life is going to change because of it. So remember that when you're out there and you're talking about it. The second thing when it comes to enrolling distributors is that mindset is the key. And I just talked a little bit about mindset, but that's more just about like belief and your confidence and like the products and the company. I'm talking about your own personal mindset around what you have to bring to the table as an enroller, as a distributor enroller. So during that time of my life, the first year of my business, when I promoted to, I was enrolling some people, promoted to Emerald, dropped back down to executive. When I got that executive check, I knew that I had two options, and that was that I was either going to give up or that I was going to go diamond, because I was sick and tired of getting, $200, $300 paychecks. And so what do you have to do if you want to promote in this business? You have to enroll distributors. And so I just literally woke up, you guys, October 1st of 2016, and I said, I'm a mass enroller. I mass enroll distributors. I have so much to offer anybody who wants to join this business. I am excited. I'm passionate. I have a story. I know how to train people. And I was telling myself this even when I didn't believe it, you guys. I was waking up every single day and I was saying, I'm enrolling distributors. I'm enrolling distributors. So a month goes by. I think I enrolled like 2. Another month goes by. I enrolled like 4. The next December, it was December, and I had this mindset about December. So I only enrolled 2. Well, one of those 2 was Sammy Hardy, who is now the double diamond on my triple chart. So there is also something to be said for the quality of the distributors that you decide to enroll after you decide you're going to mass enroll. And then the very next month, January, I enrolled 10 distributors, and I had never done anything like that in my entire business. The next month I enrolled 8. The next month I enrolled 15, and I went diamond, you guys. I did it. I did the dang thing. And it was because of bringing Sammy into my business, bringing Marissa into my business, and the other people who I brought into my business during that time. So if you want to promote, if you want to see a huge jump in your paycheck, it's time to step into leadership. It's time to step into your worthiness. I'm sitting here right now giving you permission, empowering you to step into Ruby Leader, step into Diamond Leader, and start right now. What does Diamond Leader Tiani Bright look like? What does Triple Diamond Danielle Kwong look like? How do they post? How do they message? How do they lead their team? Just step into that right now, wherever you're at, and start working like that. And then I'm going to give you some tips about posting and messaging and conversations and follow-ups. Someone just said I'm talking in slow motion. Can everyone hear me? It might be her. Everyone, okay. Just making sure. The recording will be up on my YouTube. So sometimes I'm surprised she said slow motion. I usually talk too fast. So I'm going to take a sip of water. So I'm going to give you some tips, but my number one tip is, after everything you say about your business, I want you to say, and that's exactly the way I want it. So when you say, I just can't enroll any distributors, and that's exactly the way I want it. Nope, back it up. I enroll tons of distributors, and they're excited and they're motivated and they're ready to change their lives. And that's exactly the way I want it. I'm serious, you guys. Change your language, change your mindset. It will change everything. And now here's some more, like concrete tips around what I actually physically do to grow my team every single month. And I should also add, since that January 2017, where I enrolled 10, I enroll an average of 10 to 15 a month, every single month. I've literally brought in like probably over 300 distributors, if not over 400 distributors since 2017. So, I mean, it worked. The mindset switch worked. It changed my entire business. It changed my entire life. So posting, super, super important. If you are out there trying to get distributors, is those life posts. And we've all had training around life posts, but I think we super overcomplicate it, because maybe you are looking at people like me or like Allie Frazier who have been in this business for coming up on 5 years, and you're like, well, I don't have a story like that. I'm not successful like that. I can't write a post like that. The idea of a life post is that it is your life, which means that you can't write a post like me and expect it to mean anything to the people who are following you. You can use posts from me and the other leadership that we have to inspire you. You can obviously like take the format of one of my posts and like switch around the days and the dreams and the past tense, present tense. But the best life post is the one where you are unapologetically you and telling your story from that best perspective. I have so many people who come to me and they're like, I struggle with life posts. I struggle with life posts. The reason you're struggling is because you care too much what other people are going to think about it. You are thinking too hard about what other people are going to think about the post that you're trying to write right now. The people who are supposed to be in your business will read your post and go, dang, I relate to that. I'm inspired by that. That's amazing to me. Because you're you and you're being authentic and you're sharing your story. So you need to stop overthinking this. Like, I got to be like Hope. I got to be like Allie. I got to be like Danny. I got to be like Sammy. Like, you need to just take it back to, who are you? What is your story? So some of the things that you can talk about in a life post that are really powerful in terms of enrolling distributors is, why did you join who you joined? Or how did you find them? How did you come across them? And what finally made you say yes? And how long did it take? How long did you have to think about this and weigh the pros and cons? If you were like me, it was like 2.5 days. And I was like, I'm in. For some of you, it was like months of watching whoever signed you up on social media. And then what is your story? What is your story? Where do you come from? Where have you been? What have you gone through? Why did you say yes? Where are you going? Regardless of where you are right now, where are you going? It's the vision that catches people, you guys. And I was just on the phone with a new distributor earlier today talking about how, like, I'm almost kind of glad that we have to put the income disclaimer, the disclosure thing on everything now and not talk about money amounts. If you're confused on that, please message your upline. But you don't want to say dollar amounts right now. We want to be talking about community. We want to be talking about culture. We want to be talking about confidence. We want to be talking about opportunity. You don't necessarily want to drop dollar amounts right now. We just want to be really sensitive to people who are looking for extra income during this time. We don't want to lead anyone astray. Make sure you have your income disclosures on everything. But I'm kind of glad, you guys, because you know what happens when somebody like me is like, I make an average of $8,000 a month on social media. People are like, yeah, right. You're lying. Look at this girl. Who does she think she's fooling? If you're making $200 a month, if you're making $300 a month, that's what people relate to. People can wrap their heads around $500 a month. They can't wrap their heads around 5 figures a month from social media. So guys are actually at an advantage, and you will see even those of us who have had success, right? Those of us who are diamonds and above, or even emeralds and above, rubies and above, we talk about why we got started. And for most of us, it was literally like $200 a month or $300 a month just to make ends meet, because that's what people can relate to. So we're posting our life posts. We're getting real. We're sharing our story. That's how people are going to connect with us. That's how we're going to know that we're real life people. You need to post these with selfies. You need to post these with pictures that you set up your phone on your table and backed up with the timer and did a cute pose. I do those every single day. You need to take pictures with your kids. You need to take pictures of your kids, your cats, your dogs, your mom, where you're at. Like, these need to be personal pictures. If I go to somebody's feed and I can't tell who they are from their feed, there is no way that I'm going to message them to try to buy something for them, or more importantly, what we're talking about tonight, to join their team. So once again, I want you to think about this question as we move through this. Why did you join who you joined? And you can throw it in the chat here on Zoom if you want to. Why did you join who you joined? What drew you to them, and what finally made you say yes to them? And those are the qualities, those are the things that you need to take into your own business in order to enroll distributors, because that's what attracted you. So that's what your story is going to attract. Okay, so the other important part of posting when it comes to distributors, and this is where everyone starts getting a little wiggly in their seat, like, God, I really don't want to do that. They have to see your face. They have to hear your voice. You have to stories, lives, TikToks, Snapchats, videos of your face with you talking. You have to. I would never join with somebody who I didn't know who they were. And the way that people know who we are is from the selfies and the videos and the lives and the stories and the posts with a selfie. And let me tell you guys right now, I'm not sitting here telling you this as somebody who that was like easy for or came naturally. I was not a selfie taker. I was not a video maker, but I wanted to be successful. So backing it up to what I said about, you know, Tiani Diamond Leader, Danielle Triple Diamond Leader, you know, Felicia Double Diamond Leader, like, what does she do? I bet you she goes live on Facebook. I bet you, when you sit to think about it, you're like, she goes live on Facebook and she tells her story. You got to do it. And once again, backing it up to like the reason that you're having such a hard time life posting, the reason you're having such a hard time going live and taking selfies, and you care too much what people are thinking of you. And you are the only one who is thinking about you this much. We are so self-centered, you guys, myself included. I spend way more time on my Instagram making sure it looks good than anybody else has ever spent time on my Instagram, like point blank. So stop being so concerned what other people are going to think about the selfie you took or the live video that you did. The kind of people who are supposed to be on your team will love it. They will love it because they will love who you are, the way that everyone on here who joined with me loved who I was. Not because I was perfect, not because I didn't I spilled coffee all over my table the other day in the middle of my story. Did anyone see that? It was like ridiculous. I was like, why did I even do this? And then I almost deleted it, and then I didn't, because I was like, no, people need to see that I'm a human being who spills my coffee all over the kitchen table just like everybody else. So don't worry about it being perfect. I'm going to like preach at you for just one measly second. You were made to be you. You were made imperfectly, perfectly you. There's not one thing about you that is bad or wrong. There's only who you are and the things you've been told your whole life. But the things you've been told your whole life are only true if you allow them to be true. So decide today, right now, in this moment, that you are enough. And by enough, I mean all of the enough. Pretty enough, smart enough, strong enough, smart enough, skinny enough, whatever floats you, confident enough. Whatever it is that you feel that you are lacking that is stopping you from stepping out into the person that you were made to be. Your body, your mind, your heart, your journey. You're enough, sister. And people need to see who you are. Like for real, see who you are. Not behind a post, not behind a filter. Okay, you can use filters. I use filters, but let's be real. They need to hear your voice, and they need to hear your story, and they need to see who you are. And that's the way that you get distributors, through posting. Okay, next step, messaging. Because let's face it, there are so many people who are going to watch your posts and watch your stories every single day and be like, God, what is she doing? What is she doing? But then they won't actually reach out to you because they don't know how it works, and they are scared, and they, think about you before you got started. So you have to reach out to people. If you're going to reach out to somebody about joining your team, be personal and be thoughtful. That doesn't mean that it's not a message that you have not pre-written. And I know there are all kinds of people who feel all kinds of way about like copy and paste messages, but I write my messages and they're from my heart. Just because I send them to a lot of people doesn't mean that I don't mean them. So write a post that is personal to you, that you can send to other people, that you genuinely mean. So I'm going to give an example in the chat of a PDC message. Please do not steal it word for word. It just says, hi there, I don't know if you've seen my posts at all, and this probably sounds crazy, but I have a home-based business, and I was wondering if you've ever thought about a second income. It's how I stay home with my baby boy, and it's so fun. Plus, I love your page and pics so much. I think you'd kill it doing what I do. Could I shoot you some more info? Super casual, super simple, tells them a little bit about my story as I'm introducing myself. So write something similar, you guys, something that's personal and something that's thoughtful. The other thing that I do in terms of messaging people to see if they would be interested in the opportunity is, if they do a host a post for me and I go look at their page and I do genuinely think that they would be good at this, then I'm going back to them and saying, hey, thanks again for putting that post up for me. Side note, have you ever thought about making extra income? I checked out your page and I think that you would be amazing at this. And then also if I'm talking to somebody about the products from a host to post, or if they respond to me from my story, whether they say they can't afford it, or when we get to the end of the customer conversation, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, hey, I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but you could make money and use these products, and it's only $99. I have a lot of people say, no, thanks, I just want to try the products, and that's fine. The worst thing that happens is they're already going to become a customer. But the best thing that happens is you open up the door, and I actually helped 2 girls get started in March who were just about to order products, and I said, well, hold up, have you thought about making money with me? And they were like, yeah, actually, let's do it. So don't be afraid to throw that out there, you guys, like seriously, because there are people who need this opportunity. Also following up with your customers after their 90 days. Like even if they say, no, I'm good, I just want to try the products. They do their 3 months, reach out to them again. Girl, I know you're loving this coffee. You could make money with me drinking this coffee. And we're going to talk about this at the end, even if it was just enough for them to pay for their own products every month. Wouldn't that be worth it to them? We don't need every single person on the team to go double diamond and be a runner. Like all kinds welcome, all kinds welcome to do this business with us, whatever their goal is from the beginning. So I want to go over a few things that I go over in my distributor conversations. I feel like a lot of people, like you get a message or like a response that's like, yeah, like I want more info about the business, and you start like sweating and you don't know what to do with your hands. So let's talk a little bit about the things that you should be talking to a potential distributor about. So I have a message, I call it my lowdown message. And it is, once again, I've updated it to be personal to me. So don't just take this, like actually make it personal, but I just say, quick lowdown on what we do. It's the most simple business ever. I share the products every day on Facebook and Instagram, show myself growing through life, all the craziness of when I was working and in school, being a wife, and now being a first-time mom while I make an income. And I share the products that I love and that my customers love. What most people are familiar with is companies where you have to buy a whole bunch of product and then sell it out of your home. And we don't have that. You get a website that's all set up for you. You just make a few posts and message people, send them to your site, and the company sends them everything. It's simple. It's not complicated at all. We have so much help, training, guidance. You'll always support it, and you're never alone. It's seriously so amazing. And then I say, I have a quick video and some more info I can send you. So most people at this point will say, yeah, I would love to watch the video. Jade has a video that she's made, an opportunity video. I also have a video that I made that is on my YouTube. You can also make your own video. You guys watch mine, watch Jade's. Make your own. Once again, we're sitting here talking about authenticity and getting in front of the camera. It's not hard. And the videos do say, like, go to whoever invited you to this. So it's not like if they watch my video, they're going to come sign up with me. I made it for my whole team to use. But I think it's like 15 minutes. And it just goes over every single piece of the business. It's on my YouTube. It says Discover IWG. And it's like 4 or 5 videos down. I did it not too long ago. But I send them that video, and I'll tell you guys what, if I follow up with them and they have not watched it like a few days later and they have not watched the video, they're probably not going to be a good fit for this team, because you got to watch video. Like, you got to watch training videos at least once in a while. Like, not everything we do is watching videos, but if you can't take 15 minutes to watch a video that I made, you're probably not going to make time for Zooms, which means you're not going to make time for trainings, which means you're not going to make time for your business. So it's not a judgment thing. It's not like I'm mad at anybody who can't watch it, but it's one more way that I'm sort of just filtering out these people who aren't actually going to be a good fit for what we're doing. On the other hand, people who 15 minutes after I send the video message me back and say, oh my gosh, I loved that. I would love to do this. I'm like, that's my chick. Like, she's going to kill it at this business because I sent her a video. She watched it. She loves it, and she wants more information. So after I talk about the opportunity video with them, then I dig in a little bit more about what we do. And I mostly just say, you know, we're posting on social media. We're adding new people on social media. We're messaging them. We're following up. We're being consistent and organized. We're keeping a good mindset. I kind of just reiterate what we actually do on a daily basis, because I don't want anybody to get into the business and be like, I didn't realize I'd have to post every day. Like, I want them to have a really clear understanding of like what the expectation is after they join. And then I usually just ask something like, would you be willing to do that? And then we go into the investment from there. And this is like, oh, I love talking about this because I have so many people that, like, you get the investment question, and again, you're like shaking in your boots, you get sweaty palms, you're like, I'm going to tell them it's $99 and they're not going to want to do this with me. You guys, $99 to start this business is a steal. And I know that we do deals, and so some of you got in for, right, some of you got in for $69, some of you got in for $49. There might even be a couple of people on here from Crystal is here. She joined for $10 back in 2018 or whatever that, 2017, whatever that was. But $99 is an incredible price for this opportunity. Take it from a freaking triple diamond who's earned over $55,000 in bonuses from a business that I joined for $99. Like, heller. You have to have confidence in what you're offering. You have to understand that the $99 is an amazing price. I had somebody comment on a post that I made recently, and it was just something like, if you've ever been an It Works distributor before, you're going to want to get in on this. And I had a girl comment, and she said, oh, it's just so expensive. And literally, like, all I had to say was, like, expensive is a perspective. What's expensive to one like, what's expensive to you, Kim Kardashian, like, uses to wipe her butt. Like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people with so much money, and just because you don't have it or you, like, didn't particularly grow up with it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I helped 42 freaking people order products from us last month. Like, not just TFX $40 orders either, like big $100, $150 orders. So people have money and they want to spend it on this. People have money and they want to invest it into a business opportunity. You have to get yourself into this mindset. So once again, after I've sent them the opportunity video, I've told them a little bit about what we do, then I hit them with the investment. I will share with you guys what I say for my investment script. And I'm telling them the value of it in there. And I'm saying, you know, it used to be over $300. Now it's only $99. You get all of these product samples. You get your website. You get access to my team's training. Yeah, no, exactly, Crystal. I did. I signed 50 distributors when it was $10. Like, I went crazy when it was $10. And then I'm just telling them that once they get signed up, I can help them immediately get a return and ask them how it sounds. So something that I've been saying at the end of this message, instead of how does that sound, is I've been saying, would you like to get started today, or would an upcoming payday be better? And a lot of people will just automatically say, well, an upcoming payday would be better. And then I'm able to say, okay, awesome. You know, we actually have a Zoom on Wednesday night, which is something new that our team is doing, and that Allie, your guys' team, is going to be getting in with us. So if you're on Allie Frazier's team and this is the first time you're hearing of it, you're going to be able to participate in this too. But Wednesday nights, we're doing an opportunity call, and it'll be either me or Allie and another Emerald or above leader talking about the business, sharing their story, and just kind of talking about going over, covering, you know, objections, and then talking to them about pre-selling their Skinny Brew sample packs. And one of the things that I love about this, you guys, is that I actually pre-sold 2 of my reps to join. And I used to not tell this part of my story like super, super often, just because I didn't want people to think that if they couldn't pre-sell their product, then they couldn't do this business, because obviously there are things that we teach you how to do in this business, like growing your network and all of these things. You can get your first 6 LCs, and it could be people that you don't even know yet, that aren't even on your Facebook yet. But I literally pre-sold one of my reps to Danielle, who ended up becoming my first distributor. And so I don't want to like not talk about it. And so I'm talking about that on these Zooms. And I didn't sell all 4 wraps that came in my $99 starter kit. I sold 2. And then I was so dang excited about the fact that I got 2 people to say yes, that I said yes. Even though I didn't actually have the full $99, I had it on a credit card. Sometimes people just need to get a win. They just need to sell 1 Skinny Brew sample pack, and they're like, holy crap, I can do this. So when you're having objections, especially about the investment or anything else, they're skeptical, they need to think on it, invite them to this Wednesday night opportunity Zoom. It's actually on this Zoom code that we're on right now. If you're not on the Zoom and you're watching the replay, contact me or Allie Frazier, and we will get you the Zoom code, and talk with them about it. The only other thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to conversations with potential distributors is something that I learned from the Dunns. Stephanie and Joel Dunn, our #1 income earners, and it's feel, felt, found. And this is your best way to combat any objection that you come up against. Time, not knowing enough people, money, personality, right? Any of these things that people say to us about why they don't want to become a distributor, or they can't do it right now. You say, oh my gosh, I completely understand how you feel. I felt the same way. And what I found is XYZ. So about being busy. Oh my gosh, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way because I was working 2 jobs, and I was in school, and I was planning my wedding. But what I found was that I was so stinking busy, and I still wasn't making ends meet. So I had to find some way to make money in the nooks and crannies of my day. And this is the opportunity that gave me that. It's super, super flexible. And I would love to give you more details so that we can see if this would work for you too. You guys see how I just I connected, I shared my story, and then I was able to bring it back around to them. So this is super important. And this is actually the last thing, just patience. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you did not sign up the first time that someone asked you about this business? Can I just get 97 ones in the chat for how many people, like I guess this probably would have been easier. Is there anyone who on this Zoom who joined the first time that somebody talked to them about it? That probably would have saved more time. I got one. Cassie said yes. I got one out of 39 people. One said yes, I signed up the first time she talked to me. That's pretty accurate by my percentages too. So you have to be patient, and you have to be a friend, and you have to remember where you were the first time that somebody brought up this opportunity to you. Okay, so now we're going to talk about following up, you guys. Following up is super important because they need to know that you care and that you want them to be on the team with you. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you guys is just be friendly. Hey girl, how's it going? I would love to talk more about this. Do you have any more questions? I hope your week's going well. Happy May, right? Like, be friendly, be a genuine human being when you're following up with them. My other really, really good tip is voice messages. For following up with potential distributors, voice messages have always been a huge game changer for me because just like my stories and my live videos and my TikToks and all of these other things, they can hear my voice and they can hear the inflection of my voice. You can't read tone over text, right? So they're going to read your text message whatever kind of day they're having today, not necessarily how you are meaning it. So if you have an iPhone or if you're following up with them on Facebook or Instagram, consider sending them a quick voice message. And again, you're the only one who is thinking so hard about how you sound and what they're going to think. Hey girl, I was just thinking about you. I'm still wanting to have you on the team. I didn't know where your head was at. Can we talk more about it? That's voice message. It's plain and simple, and it's so easy to do, and it's so connective. And then in terms of following up and in terms of consistency, you need to show up. And this is like, I'm going to get like a little bit red, and I've been trying real hard to be like very yellow lately, but I'm going to get a little red. If you are wondering why there are people who you are talking to and they're interested in the business and then like they won't sign up or they start completely ghosting you, it happens to all of us. But I really encourage you to take a hard look at your consistency and how much you are showing up in your stories, in your feed, in your messenger every single day, you guys. I have so many people who come to me randomly and say, well, I was going to sign up with so-and-so, but it doesn't look like she's doing it anymore, so I'm going to join with you. I want you all to have that experience because within your own niche markets of people, I want you to be the it works girl that everybody knows and goes to when they need something. Like, that is the key to unlocking mass enrolling, is this idea of when somebody thinks of it works, they think of you. When somebody thinks of work from home, they think of you and they want to join with you. So you have to show up for your business. You have to show up for your business. You have to show up for your potentials. If they want to trust that you are going to follow up, that you are going to follow through with being their coach, and that you are not going to give up on them when they become a distributor, they have to see that you're being consistent and not giving up on your business on a daily basis. Does anyone have any questions about specifically posting, messaging, or following up for distributors? Like enrolling them, like getting them interested, talking to them, following up with them, getting them signed up. I'm going to talk a little bit about new distributor training. I'm just going to check the chat real quick. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about new distributor training. Oh, no, you're fine. Go.
Can you touch on enrolling distributors when you have not made money yet or not made a lot of money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Once again, I think it's just that vision. Like where are you going? You cannot go Ruby until you have people on your team, right? Like you need 3 people on your team to go Ruby. So you need to cast that vision. I'm going Ruby. I'm going to make, obviously right now we can't say the dollar amount, but I'm going Ruby. I'm going to promote in this business. I'm going to make the money that my family needs. I'm doing this in my spare time. I'm doing it for XYZ. I'm doing it for gas. I'm doing it for groceries, what have you. you don't have to say it's paying for my groceries, as in like present tense. You can say, I'm so excited to be able to go to the grocery store and not have to put things back at the checkout aisle. I'm not saying you're not at the store putting things back. You're not lying. You should never lie. But that vision and that excitement of your life, of what your life looks like when you have accomplished the things that you want to accomplish with this business. My first paycheck was $36. And I was so excited to talk about how the business filled up my gas tank. And that was the only thing that my business paid for that month, but I was dang excited about it. So just get excited about what this business is going to do for you. Have you sold any samples? Talk about making cash. You know, have you gotten one customer? You've gotten a customer. Talk about how you're making commission. Talk about how you're helping people hit their health goals. And then again, like, just back to that belief, like, where are you going? Where are you going with this business? Other people are not going to want to join you unless they, like, no one's going to follow, like, here guys, follow me. Like, no one's going to follow you if you don't know where you're going. So it doesn't matter whether you've made $0 or $1 million in this business. It's the vision that catches people, and that excitement and that confidence in where you're going, not where you've been. You know, like, where you've been is only so inspiring. It's about where you're going. I would not be able to continue to enroll distributors if I wasn't talking about, like, and we're still, you know, if I was like, all right, I'm triple diamond, like, I'm done, people would not join my team. Now I'm talking about how we're going to hit the top of the company before the end of the year, and we have room for all these people to come in and make us, you know, make $500, make I mean, I'm talking to them about them privately more so about this, but talking about how there's still room on our team to go up. And that is what is exciting to people. So you just talk about how you have these 3 spots on your team for people to come with you to the top, and you're not lying. You do have 3 spots for people to come with you to the top. You really, really do.
Can I add something, Hope?
Yeah, totally.
It's literally the reason why I joined, and it's something that, like, you're talking about, like, casting the vision, right? I literally joined Hope a day after I saw a post that she said, I am sleeping so good tonight because all of my bills are paid. Any of you been sleep deprived from stress? Because I have many, many times. And I literally was so annoyed at her with that post because I was like, I'm not sleeping ever.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not
and
fair.
You guys know that she joined me when I was maintaining executive. So all of my bills were paid, but, like, not necessarily from the money that I made with It Works. But I was casting the vision of, like, all of my bills will be paid with this business in the next 90 days.
Right.
And they were, because I followed through and I was consistent and I was excited about it. But do you guys get what I'm, like, at the time that I made that post, it was like, I'm sleeping so soundly because I know that all my bills are going to be paid. I was casting the vision for a future where all my bills were going to be paid. And that's the idea. I love that, Sammy. I didn't know that. So thank you for sharing.
It never has left my head. And now that, like, I'm a stay-at-home mom and this business is now paying fully for all of my bills right now, guys, I'm going to bed every night just like
night.
I'm going to bed like I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like, next month's gonna be great. Like, I'm transferring from my savings because, like, now I'm adjusting to, like, paychecks and stuff that aren't there, but it's like the money's there, so I already know that for next month I'm good.
Like, yeah. And
no
I think that too, like, let that just, like, speak to you guys, like, that you have to have faith that is for you before you can tell somebody that's going to be for them. So it comes back to the very first point of this Zoom, which is this opportunity is amazing and it is for you. Whether you've made $1, whether you've made 100, whether you've made 1,000, this is your opportunity to be successful as much as it is other people's opportunities to be successful. So I want you guys to really dig into what Sammy just said, which is not only did she see that post and she was like, dang, I want to pay all my bills. She believed that it was possible for her to pay all of her bills with this business. Not at that exact moment, but in the future. And I think that that's, once again, it just comes back to the casting of that vision. Thank you for asking that, Marissa. I think that's super important. You have to believe it. And also, like, if you're planning on quitting at any point in the next, like, ever, that people will know. And that's probably another, like, if quitting is still, like, if you're like 1 foot out the door, like thinking about quitting, potentials no, you guys, it's in your vibe. So, you know, another reason why I sign so many distributors is because I'm like, you can put the It Works symbol on my gravestone. It'll say wife, mother, rap girl on my gravestone. That's how I will die. I'm fine with it. I'm going to make a load of money before then. And people know that about me. They know that I'm not going anywhere. They know that I love this company. I love these products. I'm in it for life. And they trust that because they know that whether or not it works out for them, like, I'm still going to be here. And that means I'm going to be here for them. So let's talk a little bit about training our new distributors, guys, because once we get these people in, I was just on a Zoom with Rachel Jones the other day, a Diamond and Above Zoom. And she was talking about how, like, when people are our potentials, we, like, put them up on this podium and we, like, treat them like gold and we'll, like, get them any information and do anything for them. And then, like, we sign them up and then, like, we try to do the same thing, but something does switch mentally once they're, like, in the E-suite. And so I really want to bring us back to this idea of, like, just supporting people. And I don't mean, and Rachel Jones said this first, so I'm going to quote her, and I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, but we have to stop bringing in distributors and then passing them off on videos and pages. When they joined you, they joined you so that you can teach them and you can mentor them. And I'll be straight up honest with you guys, as a brand new, like, triple diamond who's enrolled like a load of distributors, this was like, I had to take some self-responsibility just in the last couple of weeks, like, thinking about this and thinking about how we train new distributors and how I show up for my team and stuff. And it's like, I could have been so much more supportive of so many different kinds of people, because it takes all kinds of people. You have these very red, authoritative personalities like me and Allie Frazier, but you also have a bunch of other kinds of people who their core motivator is not the same. They're not trying to just get stuff done. They're trying to get it done the right way. They're trying to have fun. They're trying to have peace. Like, it's not that anyone is wrong or that they're lazy or there's these excuses. That is sometimes what it is, but mostly it's just different personalities. Not good, not bad, different. And so we really want to make sure, as we're bringing these new people into our team, and once again, if you're on Allie Frazier's team, you guys are going to have a little bit of a different, like, system set up within your guys' team page, and that's totally fine. But within our team, we have a document, you guys, a Getting New Distributors Started Training Google document. If you have the link, you can open it up. It walks you through step by step by step. And I'm going to offer Allie the document as well so that she can edit it and change it and have it for you guys. But we have step by step by step. Here's what you do first. Here's what you do second. Here's what you do third. And the very first thing is asking them, how can I support you? Sorry, I just got a phone call. Of course, no one wants to talk to me until I'm on Zoom. So you want to ask them, what is your vision of success with this business? What is your plan? Because every single person comes into this business with like, am I right? Like, when you hit submit, you were like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna talk to these people, I'm gonna sign this people up as a customer. Like, you had a plan in your head, even if it was a small one, of what you were gonna do when you started your business. So if we completely run over that plan when we sign somebody up, they're already feeling like their expectations of this business is like way outside what they thought it was. Also, as long as they are enrolling their 6 customers, I do not care if they are doing the posting and the messaging the way that I want it to. And like, there's no right or wrong way to be a distributor if you're enrolling the customers and the distributors. I mean, Obviously, we want to not be spammy. Obviously, we want to be genuine. But there is nothing wrong with somebody who wants to get their first 6 customers from friends and family before they start posting on social media. And I feel like we've gotten so wrapped up in this, like, they've got to get up their first post. They've got to start doing host to post. They've got to start messaging people. They've got to do this. They've got to do that. And it's like, no, they don't. This is their business. This is their business. I can teach you how to post. I can teach you how to message. I can teach you how to add people. I can teach you how to follow up. I can teach you about personal development, because those are the things that have worked for me in my business, for me to have success. But that's why I'm asking them, what is your vision of success? How much time do you want to put into this? How fast do you want to go? How can I support you in making this business the best possible experience for you? Some people, it looks different. And just because it looks different doesn't mean it's wrong, and it doesn't mean that they should get left in the dust while you're charging ahead with other people. And some other leaders may not agree with me, and that's okay, because the kind of triple presidential ambassador diamond that I want to be is the one where no one gets left behind and all kinds are welcome. Whether they just want to make enough money to pay for their product every month, or they want to go ambassador diamond in 6 months. I'm here for it. We're here for it. We will support them. We will guide them. So if you have somebody who wants to go fast, you get them in and you're like, what's your vision? And they're like, girl, I'm trying to get that $15,000 diamond bonus. Tell me what to do. Then yes, honey, teach them how to host a post, teach them how to message, teach them to get in their stories, teach them how to post, teach them how to go live. You're talking with them every single day. You're like, send me screenshots. Here's a message. Like, you go into the system. But if you have somebody who's like, I kind of like want to walk, I kind of want to chill, you still walk through it with them step by step through the new distributor training, but you go at their pace and you stop putting these expectations on them. And do you know what happens when you just meet somebody where they're at? Like, they will go up with you instead of you just being like, well, you need to be up here. And they're like, well, I can't. And you're like, well, if you can't, then bye. And then you've lost them. And then they're gone. And they just spent $99 for nothing. And once again, you guys, I'm like, this is me. Like, this person up here who's like, okay, then bye. That's been me for the last 2 years. And I don't want to run my business that way anymore, because I don't know about you guys, but I do genuinely care about every single human being who joins my team, and I want them to be successful. So the number one thing with this, whether they want to go fast or they want to go slow, is to put them into our systems. Systems. This is what makes network marketing work. It's what makes it duplicatable. So I know Ali Frazier has like an online pop-up. We also have like an online pop-up with like products, and we do an online party, and we do giveaways. Make sure your new people are in there. Whether they want to go fast or they want to go slow, they can use that page, and they can get inspired to use the product and see what the product is doing for other people just from being in that page themselves. Get them on the opportunity calls. Teach them how to invite somebody to get on an opportunity call. Teach them how to get on a training Zoom. We do ours on Monday nights. I know Ali does Team Zoom every week as well. Teach them how to get on the family calls that are live on Facebook so they can get the corporate information. Teach them about eSuite. Teach them about It Works Product Coach. Get them in the team page. You don't need to tag them in 18 things as soon as they sign up, but get them in the team page. And as they're asking questions, you can tag them in the product list and the Ruby chart, and you're right, and the video on mindset and all these other things. But it doesn't need to be all at once, because they should be talking to you to go through this training step by step. And I will tell you guys, one of the things has been like, oh, I don't have time for that, right? Like I don't know if there's any people on here who have enrolled distributors, then you feel like you spend all day like answering their questions, and it like almost like stresses you out. I don't know if anyone has been on that level yet, but for someone like me who does enroll like 5, 10, 15 distributors, like there was a point in my business where I was like, oh my God, I've just enrolled so many people. I don't even know what to do. But that's my job. I literally get paid to mentor people. So if I spend 30 minutes coaching a newbie instead of spending 30 minutes messaging, I'm not going to beat myself up for that. That's my job. That's how I don't even get compensated unless I help them be successful. So I really want you guys to also take a look at this, like this new mindset that I have is like, I can't afford to not spend time with them to help them be successful if this is something that they genuinely want to do. And going back to like our life posts and our stories and stuff, like if you're advertising somebody's going to sign up with you and they're going to get mentorship and training and guidance and support. That needs to be what we give them on the other side of them hitting that join button. So does this make sense to everybody? Give me some hearts or something if you guys agree with what I'm saying, if this makes sense to you guys. I know it's a little different than a lot of trainings that have come before from me, but I'm seriously going through just this season of like personal growth where I genuinely want every single person on our team to feel important and empowered and excited, regardless of who they are, like personality wise, like whether they're like a hard hitter, go-getter, or they just like want to have fun and like help people, or like they want to just move slow, like fast, slow, like as long as we're moving forward, like we're going to move forward with you. And I feel so good about that. Like you guys just feel so good about that. I just feel like one big group hug. Like we're all just going to bring it in. We're going to love on each other. We're going to support each other. We're going to empower each other no matter who you are, where you come from, or how you want to work this business. And that feels really good to me. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about that. If you enroll a distributor and you don't have access to the getting new DT started guide, the Google document, message me or your upline, and we have it and we will send it to you. And as long as you have the link, you can open the document and you can literally copy and paste it. And as things change, I change it on my end. I edit it to add in or take away when the shopping spree changes or whatever. So if you have that link, save it in your notes. You'll have it forever. You can always go back to it. Does anyone have any other questions about enrolling distributors, signing distributors, training distributors? I'm gonna give it
I do.
Yeah.
So I was like reading your for Google Forms and then like the document. So how do you switch over to where you get to the part with host to post? Because I saw that like you have them write their first post in the form, and then after that it's more like you're going off of the getting started checklist. So how do you do that?
I kind of just feel it out depending on how fast they go through that checklist, that Google form checklist. If they like send me their picture and they're like, I made my dirt list and I'm ready to send out a message and here's my, you know what I mean? Like if they're like going, then I'm like, okay, awesome. So we do this giveaway every single month. Otherwise, I'll probably just do it like the next morning. So like if they join me during the day on Tuesday and we like talk a little bit and I get them the checklist and maybe they just send me their selfie or something like that. Then the next morning I will say, hey, I would love to teach you how to do something called host to post. Do you have a little time today? Just to gauge like where they're at. And if they're like, no, like I'm swamped, then I'll just let them continue to go through the checklist. And then, if they're like, yeah, I have time, then I'll just move into teaching them about host to post. Host to post is a great tool. And I feel like it's easy enough to grasp when you do walk people through step by step. So I feel like even coming off of that checklist, whether or not, they're like 100% done with it, I do feel like it's a good place to kind of like jump in and start that like hands-on training. Does that answer your question? I kind of just feel it out and see like how fast they're going through it. And then obviously if I get somebody who's like, hit me, like give it all, like let's do this thing, then I'm like just kind of blasting through it and giving them as much as they want, as fast as they want to go.
So you're sending them that voice message for the first one, and then you're going right into obviously explaining like the goals, like
yes. So I send them a voice message right when they sign up that just is like I just said, you guys, I say like, you've joined an amazing opportunity, I'm so excited for you, my job is to support you, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself, you're gonna feel like you're annoying me, but you're not, this is my job, is to help you. I want to support you. What does your vision of success look like? How much time do you want to spend on this? All of that kind of stuff. And then as soon as they get back to me and they kind of tell me, we have a new checklist for new distributors. The link is in the Google document. And then there's some tasks that they do in there. And then you tell them about the discount program, and there's a video attached to it that me and Danielle did a while ago about enrolling customers that I sent to them. And I'm explaining how people have, 3 options if they want to order. I just want to get back to like basics. Like I just want to teach somebody how to enroll a customer on their website, because we have people like Phyllis, who's on here, and she might get embarrassed that I'm shouting her out, but I didn't even really go through like that much of the like technical training, and homegirl enrolled like 9 customers her first month. And I was like, wait, I haven't even taught you how to host a post. And that's kind of when this all started clicking in my brain. Like, people don't need to know how to host a post. They just need to know how to sign up customers on their website. And if they're going to do it, then they're going to do it, right? So it's just this idea of like, give them the tool. Like, it's all tools. It's all resources. Like, the posts are tools. The host a post is a tool. The page is a resource. But the technical, like, here's how you sign someone up on your website, like, if someone's motivated, they're just going to do it. And Phyllis did do it. And I did see your comment, Phyllis. I will make sure I send you the link when we get off of here. So yeah, so it's like, why don't we just like let people be them and make this business their own? Because I had Jade Hooper YouTube videos and a group chat where the highest person was a Ruby. And I just like went for it, and I made my own way. And I've inspired thousands of people along the way because I've been able to do that. And so it's like, blazing your own trail is not a bad thing. Like, let's give the people what works. I'm not saying we're just going to stop training them. Obviously, host to post is working. Posting is working. Messaging is working to enroll people. But you never know when you have someone come in who isn't going to follow all of that and is going to kill it anyways. And we don't want to put that false pressure and those false expectations onto anybody. Anything else? I'm really excited that we got to do this, and I'm really grateful, and lots of prayers and love to Allie Frazier. She did promise that she would share her tips and tricks with us another time. I want you guys to tell me how many distributors you're going to enroll this month as we close this out. How many distributors are you going to enroll this month? Tell me.